Welcome back to Dr. Silica's workshop, where in this episode I take my own advice about not rushing things. So in the video about building the orcs for the northern tribes, I forgot to mention the tips for Alborc. A few easy things to keep in mind. He comes in a few parts, which is his arms, his tusks, the skull headpiece, and then his body is a front piece with legs and a face, a middle piece where his arms attach, and then his cape. When I was building him, the first step to me, pretty easy no-brainer, is the middle torso piece goes to the front piece. I then thought about attaching the skull, and I didn't quite like how it overhung on the back of the model. So I saved it for last, and I'm glad I did, because the cape fits flush to the back piece. All of those fit together very nicely, and I'm glad I did it in that order, because when I went to put the skull helmet on, it didn't quite fit as well, and I think if I put that on first, then the cape wouldn't have fit. To get the skull to fit, I had to carve out some of the peg just a little bit, as well as some of the material underneath. Now this covers his head, so ultimately you're not going to see this on the tabletop, but if you look underneath, inside the skull, right here is a little bit that makes up the top of his head. And with the way this has been repositioned, it's going a little more forward than it should, or than it's intended to. The carving it out there, you're not going to see that on the tabletop, like this, but it fits nicely over his head, and I basically carved away what would have overhung and would have looked a little weird. So as you can see, it might need a little bit of filling on the sides once the horns are in, but to me, you can't really tell that I had to do any work on it, which is sort of the means it worked. But again, when you're going to build Alborc, middle torso to the front of the body, cape to the middle torso, then glue the arms on, and then get the head to fit, and then do the horns last. A word about the torsos and arms is these three pieces make one flush surface for the arms to attach to. So make sure you take your time on those three so that the arms get in nice and tight, and you're not you don't have too much to gap fill. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.